Setting up the SRX800 M2 manual tracking receiver for use for the first time. Once you've connected your receiver physically to the computer that you're utilizing to download, press the USB key up here on the top left and then log on over here. In the user access panel, you'll see USB and setup. Occasionally there's data on board, so before making any major changes to a receiver, you must get rid of the data. So just press on the download data key, and if there's anything in the center here, like records of any kind, even battery records, make sure that you click on Reset Data Memory and then press Yes. Press Exit, and now you're ready to set up your receiver. There's two methods to set up a receiver for just tracking, say boat, plane, or even walking. And the best method is to go to your project editor. Now I'm going to go live so I can send this information to my receiver. So I'm going to press Go Live. And I'm going to proceed. I'm just going to go Yes. And I may have to make a few changes here. See how that defaulted back to 10 seconds here. So we're going to go make it go all the way up to 30 or somewhere thereabouts. And then now it'll show you Low Tech 3, and that's May 26, 2000, and that's why they call it the 2000 code set. I'm going to re-enable the GPS clock and the positions, leaving all others unchecked. Now I'm going to send that to the receiver, and then this page should be set. Then I'm going to enter my frequency and channels, and in this case I've got 150.320, got a bunch of tags on that, and they're just ID only, so I'm going to hit the little down arrow in the tag type and select ID only. And then I'm going to push it using this green little fast forward button into the middle. This is generally what it means. Is that you're going to utilize that frequency, and it's enabled, and it'll be a little red check mark there. So make sure you send this to your receiver. And now you're going to be listening on the one channel. And now we're going to go to the antenna configuration. Now if you're manually tracking, you're going to only use the SRX800 antenna switch because you're manually tracking with an M2. And this little checkbox here in the center, using antenna switch, means that you're going to use an antenna switching peripheral, an ASP8 box with 8 ports on it. In this case, you're not going to be using it, so just leave that unchecked. And we're going to increase the gain to about 70. In most remote areas, you can use 70. You could even go a little higher, but I would start at 70 and either go upward or downward depending on how much you are picking up. Or there's noise, you might want to go down. So press Send to Receiver. And finally, filter settings. There's no filters, so that's good. Make sure that's highlighted. Noise threshold generally defaults to 10. It's fine. Just gets rid of the lower end noise. Enable pulse width should be unchecked because you're not using beeper tags or pulsed. And signal strength deviation should also be unchecked. You really want to see everything you can get on your receiver. So you're just going to send that to your receiver, one of the most important parts of this exercise. And finally, you're going to just check to make sure that sensors are not applied. And you'll have nothing in the interior box here. So all you have to do is go OK. It's going to ask you to save this to a file. I would suggest you do that the first time only. In my case, I've done this several times, so I'm just going to go no. And now my receiver is going to be set up so that I can just hit the data log key. You'll see this on the keypad. I'm going to go switch over to the keypad now. Okay, I'm going to log on at the keypad. I'm going to press 1. This is what you'll see on your keypad of the receiver when you go out tracking. Now you're going to log on. which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's going to say I cannot log on via the keypad. So I'm just going to press done here, and it's sort of stopping me because I'm connected via USB. So what I'm going to do is log off the USB, and it'll just say no user. Then I'm going to go to keypad again, and I'm going to press 1 for log on. Key in my, this is when you go out in the field. You key that in, and now you're logged on via the keypad. I'll actually show you on this other screen as well. Alright, so when you're out manually tracking, just hit code log now that you're logged on. And then all you do is press 2 for start. And then it's going to say to monitor mode. And the next is going to say delete all data. So if you hit the enter key, just hit the backspace key to get back to that other mode, and then press 1 for monitor mode. And you will be tracking for your tag. It's just going to monitor for that tag as you're manually tracking. Now if you pick up a tag, all you have to do is press the info key right here, the one right beside enter, and you'll see a small asterisk appear on the screen right here beside your antenna A0. This is recording. The default is about 30 seconds. So you'll record your location because you have your GPS on and enabled. As long as you put your antenna on the back of your receiver and have it with a clear view of the sky, you will be recording your tag, your code ID. It'll record the time that it received it, as well as the GPS position in lat long. And as you can see, 30 seconds have passed and it's off again. If you pick up another tag, press the info key again, it'll record exactly what I just said, the location, the time, and the code. And that's it. You're out tracking now.